Okay, we're live. Hey everyone, we're just gonna get into this as soon as we can. We've wasted too much time. But just as a reminder, even though we really shouldn't fucking need it at this point, this is a punishment that was paid for with a fundraiser for the Internet Archive. We don't like this game. If you're here to see us like this game, that's not why you're here. Let's just fucking get through with that. Let's go.
Alright!
Let's do it, gamers. It's time for the investigation.
Fun time!
If I check the body more thoroughly... Oh, wait. Fucking... Ugh. There we go. Maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not.
How are you going to tell?
There's no way I could tell! Huh? There's something so weird about the body's fingernails. Oh! These are fake nails! They're really long! They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. I would know because I'm so normal. Nice. There's
That's
something
the only
on her
kind of
hand.
activity he approves of.
For chat's reference, it's savvy reading for Makoto for at least for a little while.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm Chula.
Why are you lying,
There's
Chula?
also-
Are you doing
on the
are
back
you
of
doing
her
a
right
bit, Chula?
hand.
I don't get it.
It's the dog sheriff. Look. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like it's a picture of a dog. I've never seen a dog before. What is a dog?
What's a dog tattoo?
The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all.
Oh, step it up, Makoto. Come on.
God damn it, they didn't make any of it wet. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. This is bullshit. There's nothing strange about that, right?
He's saying that to Byakuya, who's staring at him.
Byakuya,
The bottom half of this body, huh?
Byakuya standing next to him eating a hot pocket. You got this.
I was recording the editing breakdown for Patreon for 3.5 hours before this, so I wanted a second to not talk.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I interested by your impression of me.
I love the overly American accent to start, and then the just like insane Makoto-ness of the Makoto read.
So Jello, you finally got a little taste of what it's like when you do my impression.
Meanwhile, Kyoko writing notes going, something's wrong with his voice now. I don't know what would make that happen.
Oh my god!
For what it's worth, I think one of the hardest things to do is imitate somebody's just like natural speaking tone. It is so... I don't know what it is about just like specifics of somebody's natural like cadence that is just so hard to pick up.
Yeah, I can't do it either. I'm genuinely impressed by people who can.
Shall I carry on, Jello?
I have fooled Amy once because she was in a call waiting for Will to come back, and I joined the call, and she didn't notice, and she asked a question to Will, who had stepped away, so I didn't say anything, and she was just like, oh, he must be up, and then a little bit later I was like, hi, or like, I can't do it right now. But I did the Will hi, and she started talking to him and asking the question, like I successfully fooled her.
Oh my god!
I think you are a tad quiet, by the way, Jello. I did notice that when you came in cold as well, that you're a little bit lower than normal.
Okay. 1 second.
Turn it 1 millimeter to the right.
Mm-hmm. I have to use the control app, so I have to open it. Oh yeah, it is low.
See, I think imitating another person is really not so hard, as as I've repeatedly demonstrated by my ability to have everyone sound like Colleen Clinkenbeard in my head.
Nubby and I have very similar tones to a point where if we just show up and go, hi, then people mistake us constantly.
I find it funny how, like, if it's the first time you've been in a stream or a call with someone, I think you get 2 first-time calls. And then after that, I'm like, nope, it's dumb that you can't clock this anymore. I'm sorry. Because, like, you and Nubby have a similar note that you speak
like register.
at. Like, your register is similar, but, like, you don't sound the same at all, even accent notwithstanding. No. Like, your voice is much more, like, punchy and forward, and this... Okay, this is driving me nuts, like, is the energy you bring.
Nubby's voice sounds more like it's sitting in a big old chair.
Nubby sounds like sounds like 6 marbles rolling down. Okay, fine. Yeah.
We're 30 minutes past the start time. We're never gonna finish this case.
Whose fault is that, Vixen, that we had to do this?
I'm sorry. 3 o'clock.
I don't know. Let me talk to my friends for 2 minutes if we're 30 minutes late.
Tonight, we kill each other. This is the one, guys.
This is the killing game.
We're not
Cocks
finishing
the gun.
this case.
We could do the investigation today.
The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Blackened? I found the killer. Also, the top half of the body is wet. Yeah.
We know.
Water. In other words, there's nothing strange
In
about
other
the
words.
top.
In other words.
There isn't.
Right!
What do you mean, Makoto? You put the water on the body.
Well, no, the writer's going... there is something strange, so to foreshadow that, I have to have Makoto go, this is normal. Or is it? Makoto.
Makoto.
He was too distracted by the water from the pouring of the water.
Yeah.
Nice.
Makoto, your wet look fetish is getting in the way.
Hydrophilia!
Yeah, thanks, commenter, for telling us about wet look, a thing that exists, apparently. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. I would not say that.
One little piece that's covering most of the body.
One little piece.
Is that all?
God.
One little piece, the kids like spin-off version of One Piece.
I think that was all 4. Because you looked at the top half and it gave you this. You looked at the bottom half and he had an alternate dialogue that was like, the bottom half is dry. There's nothing strange about that. Right. And you looked at the hand and you looked at the middle.
Okay.
I don't know how you just achieved the sound that came out of your mouth, Arim, but I've never heard you make a sound like that before.
The right?
The right. I have never heard that tone out of your mouth before. That was really wild to me.
Is that a fucking motorcycle helmet on the ground? Oh, it's a...
Thank you.
I think it's the...
for the super chat for the One Piece video. These look like fragments of something. I don't know.
Oh, it's the BAM.
It's an Etch-a-Sketch.
Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check later.
It's the fire extinguisher holder.
What is this? Some kind of NIF? There's a knife laying on the ground. Yeah, dude.
Kyoko, the vowels are going again.
Furiously writing notes. Oh, God.
The knife went all the way through the body, from front to back. Was this person
Crazy.
the thinnest human that's ever been? Like, not to sound insane, but like, Amy's pretty thin at the waist. She's a bit of a stick. I don't think that knife could go through Amy, one side to the other.
Do you mean in terms of resistance or in terms of its...
Knife? They're fucking massive.
I feel like this is an art fail because they're acting like this is like a machete-sized thing, like a Bowie knife, but then it's like, it's drawn as though it's like less than a foot long.
Yeah, well, combat knives are actually pretty dang big.
Well, then they should have drawn it that way.
That's
Does that
fair.
mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, yeah, dude,
It
it's
looks
the one.
really familiar.
In your room.
Damn, what was the point of flashing back to this 18 times if you weren't
That's
gonna
it!
put out another one?
That's it! It's the knife that person was holding. Dude. This is getting
Flashback
really
to
not normal.
Kyoko whispering in her ear, Makoto, it's the knife.
There's too many strange coincidences. This knife is weird.
Just look at it again.
Mukuro knife.
You.
The one they call the ultimate knife, hiding somewhere inside the school. Watch out for knife.
It's me, the ultimate stabber, and I've got a stabbing license and everything.
The ultimate stabber is such an actual Danganronpa.
Yeah, it is.
That same
Also-
knife was... Go ahead.
I feel like I don't know if it was meant to be like they're trying to Jesus Christ. If they're trying to misdirect you, or if it's just a translation thing. They said the white jacket that the person was wearing, I guess they were wearing it in the flashback. When they show the shot of it being stabbed, I'm like, I mean, it's resting on top of them. They're clearly not wearing it. It's live, but I guess he meant they were wearing when they were like, I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna get you.
I answered my own
Now-
question,
now-
but I don't have to be happy about it.
I got your nose.
That really was 3 times to the same
Yeah.
thing
Oh yes.
in the same paragraph.
Oh my goodness,
Just
yes.
in case you were really switching trains fast, and you needed that flashback 3 times in a row.
Oh my god!
No! No, dude! The fucking chicken, dude!
There's no
Yeah.
way. Oh, I have to change my server profile
Exactly
name on
4
JRPG.
chickens.
Oh.
I count
Yeah.
4 chickens. Huh? 4? That's...
Yeah, 4? That's not a number between 4 and 6 unless it's inclusive.
I love that this guy who writes these is like, I need to point something out to the viewer subtly. How do I do that? I know. I'll have a human say something no human in history has ever said so strangely about it. So it'll be like, there are 5 chickens! 5 is a magic number! Which, like, no it isn't, first of all. And... fucking, it's like the most base number there is, and you're supposed to be into wiggity-woo weirdo numbers. And Makoto, there might be something you have to remember about the name cards. Huh? Have I seen this knife?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? This is Blue's Clues.
Of course, there were precisely 5.
Yeah, right?
What's wrong?
There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short.
Oh!
He left. That's so weird. I wonder where it disappeared.
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the trout population.
Now you can have a chicken shiteno.
Oh,
Like a
you're
jigsaw
right.
puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain
I did my best to ignore Hero. Why
would you do that?
I did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Not the problem at hand. Makoto.
Wait, didn't one of us say they wanted to eat the chickens? We have to investigate this murder.
Owie, are you suspiciously chicken shit? That's so not what I clicked on. That's so demonstrably not what I clicked on. If the body was here, the sprinkler. Maybe it is weird they got wet. I hate this game terribly. Which would mean the murder must have taken place. Nice.
Nice.
I know it was supposed to be like, he's trailing off thinking, but it's very funny to imagine the entire thought was, which means the murder must have taken place.
Listen, Makoto, you gotta try this chicken! It's so good! You remember how the body looked? Before it blew up?
Oh, there were 5 chickens. It was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Wow, thanks! That was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked.
Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better, too. So thank you, too.
Yeah. Well, it was hard to remember, but hearing you explain it really helps me remember. Cops planting stories with witnesses before trials.
Straight up.
Yeah. Skip.
Good timing, Makoto. Shockingly, I wanted to talk to you. I know, hear me out.
What about me? Hey, my good friend Makoto.
Hey, listen!
What do you want to talk about?
I'd like to hear your alibi.
I was asleep. Alibi!
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night.
Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it?
What's love got to do with it? Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime.
How can you know that for sure?
Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden and killed them. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here. So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night.
Yeah, why did you guys do that? Was there a reason other than to create this contrivance right now?
I think when we found them disassembling it, it was that they were like, well, shit, dog, I don't know if this is gonna last, so let's take this opportunity while it's here.
Yeah, personally, if I found a fucking deactivated Monokuma and it was like going into night, I'd be like, well, we don't know how this is gonna last. Let's just fucking get everybody and try and do something here. This might be
you're allowed to be out at nighttime unless you're Celeste. You're just not allowed to sleep outside of the dorms. Once I found...
Excuse you.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis
Are me and Kyoko.
And if the victim really is Kyoko.
Then I'm the only one without an alibi.
Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. But you never came to the door. So, where precisely were you?
Behind the door. I'm telling the truth, I was in my room. I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so...
That's hardly an alibi.
I know.
So, what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here.
Well, yeah, well, what if I slip you this cool 5, hands him $4?
Hands him 4 chickens.
Yeah. What? Byakuya, how do you know the body wasn't here at nighttime? My memory's not so good. How about I slip you a cool 5?
I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad. Nice.
Oh man, I can't wait. Yeah! It's 11 o'clock right now!
Okay. And?
Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body.
When the body was found, huh? My dad passed away last week. I've been pretty sad, obviously. One of my stronger memories of him was playing Danganronpa and him taking the piss out of it. So thanks for giving me a way to still hang out with him.
Aw.
Really sweet.
That's
Sorry
really
you're lost.
wholesome.
So what
I'm
we're
sorry.
doing is a moral good by shitting on Danganronpa is what I'm hearing. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then?
Now then, Toko, what time is it?
Skip.
That's right. I don't know what time it was because Toko wasn't saying anything.
Like a murderer. That's right, it had to have been around 9.
Ah, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done.
That's a pretty small job. Oh. Alright.
Looks like you
can't
can look at
believe
the
you.
shack back there.
Let's look at the shed. Inexplicably 6 more bodies. This room
Yeah.
is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. What do you have against tool sheds, Makoto? Is that a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that meme moving a body and leaving the tarp in the middle of the floor like a video game pickup.
Pikachu, when'd you get here?
The top is a texture of the surface of the moon and covered with mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. Do
Oh my god,
you see
wet
blue?
and dirty.
No.
My favorite Part 8 stand. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. Did I read that? That's the one thing?
What about the pickaxe?
Hungry.
Eats the whole pickaxe.
$1 equals
Ow.
1 skip? No, it's any donation. These flower pots have nothing to do with this case, you fucking fool.
How could you ever think that?
I am placing blocks in shit because I'm in fucking Minecraft.
I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check, specifically that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. And I need to find out about Kyoko.
You sure you don't want to eat this chicken?
Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true.
This is egregious.
Look at it again, dude.
If I
Oh
can
fuck,
find
what
out...
was on screen just now?
Hang on. If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room, just take it from him. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. For some reason, no. Hey, Byakuya.
If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it. Later, at the class trial.
Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it.
I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect, after all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story.
Then, holds out his hand to take ibuprofen with me style. Will you go with me?
God, no. I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later to not break the sequencing of exposition.
Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area.
The amount of hand-holding that the game does, and yet it refuses to tell you where these fragments are from, is quite odd.
Yeah, I actually don't know where they're from, but I don't know, I guess that's the first mystery element.
Oh.
Where are these fragments from?
Dude, the fragments.
I could be mistaken, but I assume they were pieces of the bomb that exploded, and therefore it's in the gym, the one that we found in
I think
the robot.
so, yes.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well,
They
Hold
sure
on.
did get access to a bomb, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why didn't they just... Why didn't
They're
they
not-
use that to
They're
try and
not
escape?
smart.
but that would be too easy.
Oh, it's a bomb!
And
Oh, God!
That is such a strange way to depict a fragment of a bomb.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Wow,
good.
That's the. I mean, I'm glad there's not more, but like,
What's the point?
it's very funny they didn't just. Like, why would they even bother having it be, I have to ask Byakuya, then he tells me to fuck off, then I do exactly one thing, and then he's like, okay, now
My
we can go.
agenda is complete. Think you can go soon, Byakuya? It has been 1 minute. Yes.
You want...
Oh, wait for me! He left! Byakuya! Oh. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Why are you that height?
Let me try that again. Byakuya!
No! Go back. That's the read. It's open.
Looks like it. Thanks.
No anytime.
Oh my god. I can't.
Wow. Her room is so boring. She's just like me. So, this is Kyoko's room. Let's look at this big Scrabble tile. There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration.
What's that? What purpose does it serve?
I think it's probably a key. That's what I think, too. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers.
No. I've never gone to a public bathhouse.
Did Makoto's iron skull knock all the wind out of it?
Oh my god.
Pizza game karate ass energy. Yeah, that like no Makoto's really funny.
Yeah.
That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks.
Really? What?
Or unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might gojo.
Dojo?
Oh my god.
Sorry, PTSD.
Oh.
I mean, when your little garden gnome buddy runs up to you across the hallway and collides with you at exactly crotch height, then you will understand.
It's the ahoge. It's very sharp.
Here's her bed. I wonder how it smells. I don't see anything interesting here. At least not as far as the case is concerned.
Makoto, keep an eye out for that Monokuma's dick and balls. I might have need of them.
That bed's the same color as her hair.
Here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. Better not look inside. What? You guys have a laundry room. Not me washing my clothes and bringing them up to air dry, like, down
In
the
my
hall.
bathroom.
I guess I have to look at this. Oh, something over here. Nope, sorry. That was the
No, I
door.
guess camera and screen are the only other things I see. Even though you usually just get the generic lines for them, so...
Do I need to talk to
look at
Byakuya?
the... Oh, maybe. You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for?
Love. Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here.
Goldman.
Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here.
More concrete. Concrete is
More
hard.
concrete.
It's pretty hard, yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm going to kill you with this knife, Makoto. I got a letter. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it.
What's in the envelope?
God, I hope it's anthrax.
Well, something certainly has happened, so open it.
Okay. I looked. It was a paper.
Whoa, forward,
Size.
Kyoko.
Wow!
Size 128. If it's any smaller, he will be too stupid to read it. Oh, should I center it? Let's put like 3 spaces in front of it, just to wedge it a little to the right.
That's all that was in there.
Yeah, looks like it. Under the sheets, what could it be?
What could it-
Kyoko
What's a sheet?
Kyoko Paper Mario flat.
Just under here?
But
Peer through the notebook.
could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets, what's this? I found
The
a crumpled
Minotaur!
up- I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Look in the envelope. Hey, Vixen, can you read out the name and the sex in Kyoko's usual fashion?
Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex.
Thank you. Mukuro Ikusaba.
Appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile.
Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. Ah! That must be the blank Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind.
I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and find your search. I mean, finish it. Fuck.
Okay. I looked at it with my eyeballs and my weird hand, which now only had 1 knuckle instead of 2 on my phone.
I got a firmware update.
Here, Vixen, you can read this since you're gonna have no lines this sitting.
Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex.
The real reason you wanted us to hurry the fuck up because you're
Man, if I wasn't going to be in this case, I really should have just let you do it on Sunday without me, huh? Mm-hmm. I forgore, the ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon herself completely absorbed in it.
I'm gonna be honest, I think there's probably a couple child soldiers out there more experienced than this person.
In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines.
Who the fuck let a child write for a military magazine?
Just before entering middle school, while she and her were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as for those 3 years.
Why? I wish this wasn't still censored.
It's redacted. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did.
Nice. I can't read. The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. Like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. Man, you really don't acclimate to anything that's happened to you, huh?
This is weird. Still.
Flashes back to, wait a minute, flashes back to the luchador. Hang on! That's how different this is. It's so different. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person. But then, shut up.
Are you still fucking going on over there? I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this, and strictly speaking, I still haven't since it was bleeped. The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. They're also known by their name, the Red Constellation.
Oh,
but
no.
They do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering.
If you ever need to cripple but not kill a famous international star with a chandelier, or really kill monsters so bad, I swear, you guys. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in.
I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
I'm Monokuma, and you wanna guess
Whoa, I'm Monokuma! I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero!
Realizing, wow, it's way more fun to write like a character. Maybe Byakuya should be the main guy. Who's this again? Wait! Flashes back to the night before.
Flashes back to the first meeting, the opening one. He said we were gonna have to kill each other.
Oh my god, that could really happen.
What
Don't
have you
make
got in your
jokes.
pretty little hand there? Uh-oh, you found her profile?
So what if we did?
Oh, don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either. Even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room.
Then why didn't you kill her?
Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know. A rule violation's really so unforgivable. You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order.
Every time Arim's volume change, his mic tries to like adjust, or like I guess Discord, not your microphone. I just picture Monokuma like floating up against the ceiling like a days-old balloon. So to be like, are they really so unforgivable? I've got that a proper school life. He comes back down.
Which is why even I, as a school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well? Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting?
Interesting.
It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? You know, I was thinking I should probably clarify that. When you all first got together in the main hallway back when you were looking back and forth forever for like 47 minutes, kind of freaky by the way, there were 15 people there, right?
Makoto is a homunculus with, like, you know, the fans that go back and forth. He just has one of those in his neck, and if you press it down, it just makes him stop turning.
Oh my gosh!
That's really funny.
I think that first meeting may have led to a little little misunderstanding among you all.
There's actually 58 other people involved besides those 15. You have 29 more cases, I'm afraid.
There's
58, you
actually
say?
4 chickens.
A misunderstanding? Are you saying?
That's right. There weren't actually 15 of you. The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16.
Yeah, we know that. Why do they always do this? 16? I'm really glad that Vixen was here, because, like, what the fuck would we have done?
The 16th student lying hidden somewhere in the school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out.
Can we, every time it goes back to that, can you voice the whole thing just to put a pin in exactly how fucking ridiculous that is?
All right.
The 16th student, Mukuro Ikasaba. Watch out for her. She's part of this school life. So the one making all the regulations is... it's like such a pet peeve of mine. So the one making all the regulations, ... that's acceptable. Ending it with a fucking verb is not. So they are...
Why? You say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. Those Something Awful guys really did us a solid. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know? Makes sense. Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have a little bonus extra for you.
Revenge?
I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm going to share a little secret with you.
Mukuro Ikasaba, the 16th
Well, Ikasaba, the 16th student, the one they call the ultimate despair. She's heading somebody to school. Look out for her.
Oh, seriously?
You know, she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time. Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see.
What?
Poo-hoo-hoo. Okay, now that's all you get.
What?
Ha ha ha.
Monokuma. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars. Would that not be like your first assumption? If someone was like, I literally always wear gloves, I don't take them off. Wouldn't it be like, oh, maybe they have like a physical deformity or something they're uncomfortable with people seeing? Would that not be your first thought? Like, what would your first...
It was
Go ahead.
fine.
Gloves are comfy and easy to wear.
And like, but everywhere? All right. Wait, so on the back of her hand... No, that's so obviously the mercenary corps symbol. The tattoo. Wait, but no.
Oh wait, she had long.
Oh, wait, there's more!
She had scars. Then that tattoo. Wait, no. That was a tattoo. Monokuma said scars. You're the dumbest person I've ever voiced. you're unfathomable, Makoto.
Also, just like the scars and the nails, just put 2 and 2 together. You know.
Why? Who would wear long fake nails under gloves? That would be miserable.
God.
Okay. And that's why Kyoko... How much do I have to donate for you to skip superfluous repeating dialogue? That's the whole game, dude. I can't skip it. That's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Wait, scars? No, that was a tattoo. Wait, which means the mastermind.
Oh!
Are you thinking about Kyoko again?
I really... Teal Chorus's comment, Makoto! Like, that's a really funny
Just
emoji.
really far away. Makoto!
Huh?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap.
His trap?
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you
God.
remember what Monokuma just told us?
Flashback, flashback.
I don't remember what anyone has just told me ever.
Oh, fuck, you should have got a screenshot of that one.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, well.
He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now?
Also, isn't she supposed to be good at this? Why was she mad at it? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later.
But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student.
God, honestly, imagine being Byakuya right now. Who the fuck can you talk to anymore? Like, you have
Oh, no.
Aoi, Toko,
Oh, no, you're
Hiro,
so
and
right.
and literally
Oh,
Makoto is the
God.
best option. Isn't that so sad?
That's really
That is
sad.
sad.
That's the ultimate despair, dude.
They just, once they're done with this homunculus batch, they put Byakuya in a blender to extract the pure cortisol from this experience.
He needs to make our investigation fair.
Mukuro is related to the case?
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko.
She is so obviously the body in this case. What?
That would explain why we have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game.
Mukuro is the killer? They always do these misdirects that are so obviously wrong. Like, every case. She killed Kyoko?
Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began. But, based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind. Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit.
Huh? What makes you say that?
We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity.
Why are we calling her that? We know that she's like a military prodigy.
But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us?
That's a good point, Mega Man.
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least.
Someone chat. I wonder if this game would be any good if someone wrote it. God, there was this horrible. I was catching up on Scooby-Doo movies when Amy and I were in a hotel looking for places in Toronto to live, and there was this like horrible special where Scooby-Doo goes to Hollywood and they treat it like they're all actors who've been playing Scooby-Doo for years, and it was dog shit. And it had a bunch of live action actors who were like giving it their 2% rather than their all, and it was so embarrassing. And at the end of it, it was like directed by someone, written by someone, and I out loud, not as a joke, went, "Wait, someone wrote this?" And Amy lost her mind in the other room.
It makes more sense, then, to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit.
So that's the trap, is it? They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion.
That's what makes sense to me.
The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible, but if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Whoa!
Well then, I believe
What
our work
is
here is
track?
finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation.
I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
Well, are you coming?
Not right now.
It's too dry in here.
Too dry.
Makoto, don't listen to Byakuya. He's a bitch-ass motherfucker.
What did you say, Samurai?
Wahoo coin!
Oh, okay.
The samurai has spoken!
I still think about the one fucking meme video of in ancient Japan, the samurai used to say, "You are trying to view Flash content, but you have no Flash plugin installed." Love that video.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's very good.
Oh, sorry. Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
No, that's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment.
That was me, but it's okay. I know it zoomed in. It was crazy. You understand what that means, right?
It was crazy.
It was crazy, man. Those camera movements were baffling me.
I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
Well, just try it.
Okay. I took out the key and it left my hand. The locker eagerly flew away. Arrows.
They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are.
I can recognize titanium on sight, by the way.
Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks.
Strong sticks.
Strong little stick. Good Discord name.
Strong sticks. That's the name of the guy who almost stabbed me in the luchador mask. No, it's not. Yam, are you cooking something downstairs? Because I smell like fire. I want to make sure if the oven's on, I don't have to get up and check. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. No. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, if you're down there, I trust things to not be on fire. No, it's not. Okay. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a bloodstain?
If that is, that means it must surely be related to the case.
Me going around and bleeding in random places just to make it really hard to catch the killer. This duct tape is... That's my kink. It's related
Killer.
But how could it possibly be involved? Nice.
There is a character in this franchise that would absolutely 100% do that.
Cool. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now.
Okay.
I think that's
Locker Lotto.
Yeah, that's all the locker has to offer for knocker.
Soccer rocker?
Typically.
Sock 'em boppers.
It's very odd, don't you think? You can bop them once, but you can also bop them twice.
Here, I'll try bopping more than that. Look out, Byakuya's crotch!
The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case.
I've taken the poison of getting hit in the crotch, and now I'm immune.
I've micro-dosed on crotch shots.
Surprise! I'm a eunuch now.
But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room? Or perhaps...
Byakuya.
Forget it. Come on, we need to continue to the next location.
Oh.
You need to get off your train.
Jello, I wanted to say your anime OP video is fucking amazing and really inspiring to me. As much as I like it, I fear if I use your video for a TV date, I'll get dumped again. Listen though, if you do that again and you get dumped another week afterwards, you know that it's my fault people are breaking up with you. And isn't that kind of affirming of your own personality? To know it's my fault.
They see the video and then just fucking the manga panel of the girl crying in the theater with this shit is so ass.
Huh? What next location?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir.
Fenrir? What's that? How are we supposed to find out about that?
Isn't it obvious? Where in this school would you go to do research on something?
Kyoko. Research.
Touché.
Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive that's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to. Wow, you're so smart, Byakuya.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here.
Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to the shelf in the back of his hand.
Here we go. Opens a tiny bookshelf on the back of his hand.
He quickly returned with a file in the back of his hand. Now I need to click
the size
him.
of a thumbtack. Take a look at this.
I have no idea what it says. What language is this?
How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French?
Everyone at me now that I live in Canada. Everyone, my Yankee ass walking down the street, and they all go, "Oh, il est
Everyone honing at you while you're just nervously like, "Hola."
Hola, ¿cómo está? There is more Spanish here than I expected, but it's not on any buildings, and it's like the 7th most common language, so oops. I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French.
Well, whatever, I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over.
100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? That looks really good.
Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct How is that unlike military? That's what. All right.
Unlike military contractors, they do military actions in exchange for money.
For a contract. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers.
Clearly not true.
Just like Fenrir, the wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They've been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed.
Oh, Middle East. Surprised this game isn't American. You know what was really cool was reading Pluto and, like, seeing a Japanese criticism of, like, post-Iraq Americanism and Jingoism. It was, like, very good. Pluto's really good. You should read it.
Pluto's amazing!
There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe that there was mounting internal tension within the group and they simply imploded.
Why is a mercenary group in the Middle East called Fenrir? That's a good fucking question, actually.
What is it?
This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, it isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting.
Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. I would use not normal.
So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir.
Now that you mention it, the report said something where the name Fenrir comes from, right? Let me bend back down to not look at you while you talk to me.
That's right. It said Fenrir is the wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show you that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. Just to be clear, that's a tattoo, not a scar.
A scar? No, wait, it was a tattoo. So bad. Like, there's like 8 jokes I want to make, and like none of them are that funny. Like, they got it. Oh my God! Is he putting it together? They got a tattoo.
He's doing it.
Could that mean?
He is, but he isn't.
How? Literally, how is that the whole investigation?
Yeah, it's a good question, isn't it?
Oh, this is actually new. Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us. Organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You really should think about that.
It's not time for the trial. He's just fucking around.
Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. Poo-hoo-hoo! See you later. Then the time has come.
All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
It would seem that way. Let's go.
Makoto.
Shut
Makoto.
What?
The red door.
Just doesn't even acknowledge.
Did I hear the doorbell ring?
Is that the doorbell?
No, you know, I'm not doing these scenes. It's such a waste of fucking time. Oh, okay.
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Maybe he died again.
What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or?
Or what?
Jesus!
Nope, I'm Monokuma. Did I scare you? I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait.
Huh?
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here, now can we?
Skip.
Poo-hoo-hoo. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now.
If it's me you're waiting for. I'm sorry, wait. I'm here.
Hang on.
The office break.
Piano? Yeah, piano!
I'm here and no rule's been broken.
But Kyoko, I thought you died because I have the brain of a nematode.
You're still alive?
And not wet at all.
No, that's a spirit.
Skip.
Well, actually, I'll screen cap that. Could be useful.
Yeah.
Ugh.
If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right? But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
I made it here just... What school regulation did I violate?
Why are you trying to get me killed, Byakuya?
Yeah, you...
It's funny.
I don't like... Listen, I need to get it so there's me and 2 other people so I can just kill them both.
Kyoko just goes up to Byakuya, grabs it by the lapel, and just goes, "Listen, I'm the only one here with half a brain cell. You better fucking let me live, you idiot!"
He contemplates the grim reality he was living in mere hours before. You're
I've
so
learned nothing.
selfish. So spoiled. You're right. There's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you.
We went up to Kyoko! Kyoko!
So you really didn't
Kyoko.
die?
Kyoko, someone mysterious told me there was a red door. Who could it have been?
Of course I didn't die.
Kyoko! My question!
Everyone catch a bubble.
Oh! Oh! A bubble! Whoa! Bubbles!
Bubbles!
Oh, yes,
Friends
bubbles! I
like
love
me.
them so much. Oh!
Bubble. Crisscross applesauce.
Bubbles, the closest
Yes,
thing I
Mr.
had to a father figure.
Until he popped all the balloons.
Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us.
He's right. Now we've got to deal with a ghost.
Is it worth voting for hero?
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial.
Without looking, he left.
Skip.
Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long?
I'll be happy when this trial is all over.
Byakuya was developed earlier than all the other homunculi and sabotaged the rest of Kyoko's batch. Like, that's like a fun... I don't know, this is a fun story that we're forcing into Danganronpa out of sheer boredom.
Yeah.
That kind of works with his lore, too.
It does.
One after another, they left, but I couldn't left. I had to talk to Kyoko. Oh, I wish she didn't leave. Kyoko! Where are you?
Eyes on me, Makoto.
Oh, Kyoko.
Bit of Draugr there.
Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, what's up with your uggo hands? Where have you been this whole time? You use that key.
I went to investigate the second dorms.
The second floor?
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered.
Uh-huh. Then when did you find out?
Just now. I my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I?
So that's why you were late. What the hell happened to the body I left you guys? Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, why is it all wet? I'm sorry it kept you all waiting.
I'll be right
not
back.
why is it exploded? Why is it all wet? Just like, it's like, oh my god, what did you do to the body? Why is it wearing shoes? I didn't put shoes on it.
Which one of you freaks put shoes on her?
Who gave her a manicure?
I don't know.
Hero,
Her
Toko,
dog's route. She was cold.
Toko discovers the body. No freebies. Put shoes on there. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's where the key you found goes to?
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
That's-
I'll rewrite this line. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Phoenix Spald! Dude, we got Spalded!
Actually, to be precise, not quite. F. F minus.
Oh, I got back. Wait! She used his dick and balls. Did we already do the joke?
No.
No.
Okay, that's what it looked. That's what it all comes full circle.
It's a secret tool that'll help us out later.
You did miss the really good line, actually, to be precise, not quite.
To be
I used
specific, it's
Monokuma's
kind of
secret
over there.
tool. A secret tool that will help us later.
Nice.
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 Owie.
Oh, hey! What are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to on surviving our current situation.
Oh.
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment me.
Since I'm the murderer. For her, that's a strange way to put it. The class drive, I pick up nothing you're putting down. I don't clean up any of the blocks after recess.
Well, if that's...
Soundlessly she left.
Thank
I'm
you.
just overthinking what she said, right? No turning back
turning
now.
back now.
No turning back now. I love that we thought of the exact- Being the last one left, I left.
You left.
Being the last one left, I did.
Shut up.
Despair.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
this decor!
yeah, sorry, are we about to fight Bowser in the sky? What is
It really is that color scheme, isn't it? I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta give Aloha options.
Yeah.
Let's get on with the show.
And so, vomit.
How are we doing on time, gamers?
Halfway through.
Um,
Hour and a half.
Yeah. We're
Great.
good.
We could do the trial.
I can stay up a little bit later if need be.
I didn't think the investigation would be 1 minute long. It's okay.
Let's begin with a basic explanation. Ah!
What happened? That's a ghost!
But she has legs and stuff.
So
That's just
it's
Japanese
not the
ghosts
legs.
don't have legs.
I know. It's not the legs that make the ghost go. It's something else
It's something
entirely.
else entirely.
That means that the corpse must have still been alive because she had awesome shoes on.
Oh,
That's just
my
because
God.
she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
How can you have a line in your game like this that makes me this upset?
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate. He really should just pull out a gun and shoot Hero right now and be like, hey, look, a body. We'll never know who did it, right? Looks around the room. By gentleman's agreement.
You know, we don't need to do a trial for that one. It's fine. No screenshot? I don't know, guys. I can't be doing it every time. Okay, so I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? It's a big ask.
I, mean,
I don't know
she's
how
right
we're gonna
there.
do that.
Oh, we're really doing. Why did I
No,
think
this
we
is
would?
this to me is always like this is always my go-to example for characters in this making the trials superfluously long. Is my go-to example is always, remember when we couldn't move on with the trial until we proved to Hero that Kyoko isn't a ghost?
Are we actually doing this?
Yeah.
Flair.
Yes, we
Flair,
are.
Flair, you don't like this decor, but that's what I look like. No, it isn't. You look like
it
a.
isn't.
You look like a sweet kindergarten teacher. This looks like an N64 final boss. It's very different. Let's go over her traits.
Traits?
One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body.
Is that she's here?
Yeah.
But what if she's a ghost?
I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery, I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
You guys know I'm alive, right? Are we really doing that?
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands that you don't want anyone to see.
Fuck. You got me.
Oh, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Yeah, if ghosts have the stuff on that they, like, if they wear what the outfit they had on when they died, wouldn't it suck to get ghosted and die on laundry day when you're wearing, like, your shittiest Uggo clothes? It's like, fuck, dude.
They probably just got burnt. Just the gloves got burned up in the explosion. Only the gloves. I'm not convinced. The ghost is trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. I agree. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. Guys, you don't need a unanimous vote. You can just ignore Hero and keep going. So I don't have any choice but to do this.
You literally have a choice. You literally can just tell Hero to fuck himself and move on.
No, but if he's hung
boy.
up on that, we won't be able to get his insights for the rest of the trial.
Kyoko's just
Skip.
a ghost. Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not. Can you prove?
Can you prove
body
the killer
wasn't
didn't
wearing
teleport
gloves.
from a blimp?
They got burned up in the explosion.
Skip.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I love Byakuya. Oh, he's so great.
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 Guys, we can't be doing this.
We can't be doing
Yeah, I watched. What's the name of the person who made the that little edited down one?
Snicker Puffs.
Snicker Puffs. They did a edited down like 45 minutes of the first couple, like the first half of the game, basically. Which you can go watch. And I was watching that, obviously, and I like heard the way I was doing Makoto right away, and I was like, oh my god, I've fallen so far. I was like really trying for like 1 hour.
Yeah.
There's no way the corpse is wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, right? It's impossible to wear fake nails and gloves. That's way more ridiculous than being a ghost. Imagine trying to... I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would be a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated. They're so complicated.
So
Anyone doesn't know. If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
Are you a ghost, Kyoko? Let's put this one to bed.
You have to tell us if you are. That's the law.
What do you think? What do you think Monokuma's take on this moment is? Do you think he's into this? Do you think this is making him upset? Are the people at home watching this on television going, "Why am I watching this?"
Fucking stupid idiots. These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore nails, the gloves wouldn't properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since he's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
There's literally one option, dude.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Ah,
Can I do
finally.
it some more?
Finally, a reason to not like Hagakure. He's been so likable.
I mean, listen.
Before anything, we need to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Is the victim a ghost?
Oh no.
Okay.
Who are you gonna call?
If Kyoko is really still alive,
Sorry.
then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. Skip. Skip. Well, if we can't identify the body,
Oh! Fucking
There's nothing else.
Look
we
at that,
can do.
that fucking sick juke.
I
It
can't
swoosed
believe
right out of
I
there.
fucking lost, dude. I fucking ate it. Oh,
well, you're dead.
cunt. Ghost cunt.
He's a ghost and a cunt.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body. And so am I crazy? The body's hair is intact and it's a different color. Am I nuts?
No, you're not.
I'm
Okay.
not 100% sure from the art how much of the hair is intact and how much of the coloration is possibly like burn, but yeah, it
A lot
doesn't.
of it looks like it's burned.
There's like a-
got seared. The idea that hair would be in a fiery explosion and instead of burning away would like
yeah.
toast.
Change color. Yeah.
Toasted hair.
What? For real? Skip.
A cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see. By the way, I'm a sadist.
What is your deal?
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
Tell him, Naiki.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh yeah. This design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Skip!
Oh, I'm really glad we skipped that one.
I didn't even see what the
Seriously?
text was. I just saw her expression and went, yeah.
I'm gonna repeat it. You don't need to hear
Oh,
it.
does Jello yell cunt because the counter behind Makoto looks like count? Yeah, did you think I was just doing it for no reason?
Cunt.
They really did something that humiliating? People are into that?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
You're telling me she was a dog? Prove to me she wasn't a dog.
Prove to me that she isn't a dog.
Really?
Oh my god.
You only have 6 minutes.
It's only 6 minutes.
Chula, I thought you said you had like an hour and a half.
Nope, I'm going to bed now.
The Fenrir. on my end, that snore was perfectly simultaneous between. The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikasaba belonged to.
Okay, so
You're right, I'm the murderer.
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins that squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Is Fenrir a dog? I thought it was kind of like a draconic monster.
I
No, it's a wolf.
It's a wolf.
And
It's a
there's a
wolf?
wolf.
Okay.
It's
okay.
canine in some regard, anyway.
Fenrir.
Okay. Okay. And the image that represents Fenrir is...
That's what
You're
Gleipnir is based
thinking-
on. That's why he's a
Imagine
dog.
if this was 3 letters, it was just dog.
you're thinking
not
of
wow. Okay.
Oh, I wonder what this could be.
But can you spell wolf?
I think the one you're thinking of is either
It's Worf from Star Wars!
Nidhogg or Jormungandr.
Dog.
Yeah, I must be fusing 2 things. The representing of Fenration is a wolf.
It's mold.
Skip. Skip.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
Wolf tattoo. Then that means
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means the person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been...
What?
hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
You know, I gotta say, controversial take. I like this room more than the ancient Egypt room.
Yeah, that's fair. Skip.
I think this one matches the game style better.
Yeah.
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
But wait!
After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description.
What would fit the description of the ultimate despair?
Neat.
Just a guy. It's just a guy who's rarely depressed.
Buh!
All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier.
Makoto, you have to watch out for the ultimate despair. She's me, and my real name is Mukuro Ikasaba. It's just a wild coincidence. We just have the same name.
If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong.
Then who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed? Skip.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was just the same as us. Just another participant.
And who's the real mastermind?
Skip.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay, we're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. That ghost shit was wildly unproductive, y'all. You gotta lock the fuck in. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, chattel, pratter, chit-chat, prit-chat, chattel. Fine.
You got me really hard at Pritch chat.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
It's pretty funny, chat. Chit chat, Prit chat, Chris Pratt.
What?
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place.
So we can license.
There was some content that we can license into a series of Dwayne The Rock Johnson films. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains. What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body.
Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, though. There's no chance that there is some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along.
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro.
Skip.
Who do I think killed Mukuro? Kyoko.
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to.
Well, based on it's us, right?
Coco and Genocide
Jack.
Wow.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point there was no dead body there.
Do you think if Byakuya was the first one to find another dead body by himself, he would fuck with it extremely again? Do you think he'd just do it again?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym.
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful to not go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis.
Army and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
The only suspects are me and Kyoko. Damn it! I can't let this stand!
Falls over.
Sits down.
Somehow I have to clear my name. I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
No, just before that, I want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of a clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body?
That long pause was her putting this together.
Yeah.
Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? When she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body discovered? Ah, you remembered! You're so smart, player! You're so smart! The body must have been discovered. I guess I can't even make fun of it. At least it, like, presented information. Was just like, here's a multiple choice. Do you remember what happened? Which, as much as I'm making fun of it, I would way rather that than, can you do a bullet hell to prove Kyoko's not a ghost? Since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Don't worry, you'll love it. If you ever, God forbid, do have to play the second game, you'll love the boogie boarding through space.
Oh yeah, that one's great. Skip.
So we could be totally sure the murder happened somewhere between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other around the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh, yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m., and I don't have an alibi between 10 p.m. and 7:30 a.m. Okay, it looks like the game has begun. You're now halfway through Danganronpa. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I'll have to provide an alibi for the comma. To do that, I have to make it clear when the belly went out in the garden.
I really hope we're in the middle of, like, the last trial, and we're like, you're now halfway through Danganronpa. We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yup, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for the most of the time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
I'm Makoto. Nope, not an objection, Makoto. Alright.
Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that!
Fuck, I'm the murderer! Shit, I fucking did it! Wait, hang on, no, I was... Whoops! Woohoo! That was lucky!
Wait. What, is sprinklers your only option for bullets?
No.
Okay. Exploded body analysis, fragments.
I feel like it's probably sprinklers.
Unsurprisingly, we're at least heading to the sprinkler timing proving something about it. I can't remember if there's something else on the way, though.
You can try the 10 p.m. with the sprinklers.
You might want to... Okay,
no, it's in the morning.
So, well, almost totally dry. If based on that, I'm surprised it wasn't just sprinklers on 7:30, but...
But, like, the sprinklers go off at, like, 7:30 in the morning, so it means it couldn't have been, right? Sorry, I'm Southern!
I don't know. Someone just tell me the answer. I don't even give a shit.
Let's see. Okay, let me open.
10 o'clock with sprinklers.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. Makoto, you need to raise an objection. Makoto. Kyoko looks at Byakuya. Now you know.
Now you know. I was wrong to wish you dead, foul wench.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to take place... It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
My mouth, because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off at 7:30 every morning. So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, I really think I should have been able to hit 7:30. I know.
7:30, yeah.
Skip.
Skip.
Makoto, dripping wet, in fact. Oh.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
Skip Bloom. Skip. Ugh.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
Skip.
I wish. I mean, we are denying your entire
what are we at on skip count?
We are. Oh God, we have like I think 50 or so. So we're doing fine.
Oh God. Okay.
Don't worry about it, gamers.
Yeah,
Man,
we're doing
you're totally
just fine.
wacko.
Skip.
Chat. The worst Toko line. Stay tuned in 2 years for my next video essay, the 100 worst Toko lines in Danganronpa.
And it's just the entirety of her script from the game.
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain... Splash her with a bucket of water. Splash her with a bucket of water.
She melts like a witch.
Yeah, you beat me to it. Oh, we're
Okay.
we're doing this.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Why is this necessary?
Makoto,
Oh,
are
I'm
you
gonna
a
have to.
are you a ghost?
Reload.
I'm trying. I forget that you
Okay.
have to reload on the beat.
I have to add a whole bunch more lines to the sheet, actually. Hold on, let me do that. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Add 1,000 more rows.
This is a tough game to recover from once you start getting hit once. Luckily,
Yeah.
I've got the
Yeah.
Byakuya hearts, so
Oh my god, the Byakuya hearts.
Hmm.
If you actually, I mean, it doesn't really. The game's easy enough. It doesn't really matter. But if you actually do start getting behind, where it's like, oh, every time I'm reloading and shooting, it's blowing up first. You can target up to like 3 of them at once, so you can just let the first one go and then hit the ones after it.
just remember what the body was like after the explosion. It was exploded, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. Squidward. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
Skip! I'm so sick of her!
I'm so skip of her.
I'm so
Let's-
skip of her!
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because... well, the body was still on... Why is it that color? I doused it with water, but only the part that was on fire, the top half.
I'm a firefighter, and I know that bodies don't turn that color.
Oh my god. Skip!
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean... No, I don't believe that. Kyoko murdered someone? I murdered
I'd
them.
just like to say one thing.
Fuck
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden.
Why would we care about that?
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is the trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time. Stop wasting energy. You really think your little trick is gonna work? Shut up, you. Oh, you got it, boss. Shutting up now. Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
You know, I swear this is not me trying to be a broken record. You know who is a good version of Monokuma? 8084. From...
You're right.
For real.
You're right.
Huh? She did?
Play of the devil.
Play of the devil.
I intend to.
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko?
8084. 8884 is the, like, 10-foot tall robot judge who oversees the case of the devil.
She's
I'm gonna have to play
fantastic.
this. I'm gonna have to play this sooner
Yeah,
than
We're
Oh,
fu-
she's fantastic.
We've been telling you.
I know. It'll happen. It'll happen.
But you made one catastrophic mistake, putting off playing of the devil. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
Skip.
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
Alright, I actually rescind my accusation if Hiro
If he
is on-
agrees, never mind. I take it back.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Oh, I'm getting cocked again.
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you? Some kind of bounce thing?
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
And you would do that with a certain amount of force.
The chickens!
The chickens!
The chicken!
My god, her body was covered in chickens. It was like Hitchcock's The Birds in there.
What was that?
You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right.
Can you say that with all the sarcasm in the world?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
Whoa, $20, whoa!
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Are
So
you
that
stupid?
So that Makoto wouldn't go gaga over it when he saw it.
Most likely, so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually
You don't have to
took
keep
place.
the sarcasm going.
I'm still going. In other words,
In other words,
In other words,
to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
I must be the killer. Why would
Thought you were just gonna
Kyoko
say,
that?
Makoto!
Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. Is it a tarp or is it a trap? If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right?
Wait, no, that's a tarp, not scars.
If you spell top backwards, it's Pratt. It was Chris Pratt.
You figured me out, Makoto. Mushroom killing, here we come!
God.
horrendous.
Wait, something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said.
I'm the killer.
Argumenti. Okay.
My brother Luigi is gonna feed you a whole heaping spaghetti pile of information there.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got the side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right? It's pretty rare Makoto talks in this section.
It is.
Because that side was protected from the Wawa. Since it was facing down towards the Bawa. Of course it didn't get Dada.
Oh, please stop. Don't say Wawa like that.
No. Oh no.
I'm pretty sure this is because the body had blood on it, so
Yeah.
it should,
Yeah,
so body
so-
probably body before the explosion on didn't
Only
get
dirty on one side? Oh, okay.
I think it's the last slide.
Sorry, it's hard since everything should refute everything.
The Wawa.
No, stop it. I can't handle
Wawa,
dirty
what the
things
fuck is
like
this?
that. Wawa, what the fuck is Wawa?
Is this Wawa?
Jello, why are you fighting this? Just let Makoto be claimed guilty and we can all go home. I wish it were that simple. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it, and I would know that's not normal, because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself, not to touch it or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it would absolutely have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it so nobody would know they'd used it.
If someone could wash one side of a tarp or a blanket perfectly, that person's a wizard. That's so impressive.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the buddy. Then covered the buddy in blood. that
Kyoko
didn't
fucked up.
belong
Typo
to
in the group
victim.
chat.
We're here to solve the murder of Bonzi, buddy.
Oh my god.
I know, they could have grabbed some of the Baba packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be Dada?
No, that's not what happened this time. Shut up.
Oh my god.
The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
They got blood from right there in the garden, which must mean... No!
No!
No, it can't be, dude!
Owie was standing nearby. They just ladled the blood seeping from the raw chicken as she devoured it.
No.
What was that?
Couldn't
They just grabbed
He's still eating it.
You want some leftovers?
I'm still
I'm
being
just
eaten!
imagining- I can't believe I'm still being eaten! But no, I was just imagining picking up the chicken and then like slapping it like you're popping a balloon and it just creates a sphere of blood.
Oh.
Could it have been chicken blood? What?
What? Chicken blood?
Yeah, thank you. This sucks, dude. I'm so upset by this. I literally care about these nameless chickens more than any of the named
Me too. Me too.
This is the worst loss we've had.
This is the greatest tragedy in human history.
This is the
Well, then you
worst
gotta-
thing that's ever happened.
You gotta uncover Mukoto's killer, because that's also the chicken's
That,
killer.
you're fucking right. I finally have a motive to give a shit. It's time to lock in, everyone. No more bits. We're all reading seriously, except Toko. When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up!
What we're talking about? What do you mean it's messed up? Kill a living thing just to do something like that is awful. Like, should have at least eaten it.
So I'm always keeping an eye out for those portraits on the left so I can do a bit with them. And just Chula's starting it with, what do you mean? Made me picture so vividly like a fully cooked cartoon chicken in Awie's mouth and the chicken remaining static, but her head going around it like...
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood seen so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which proves a basis theory.
Perhaps. But even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense.
Can you prove that it doesn't make sense?
You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water, and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
Also, as someone who's seen eviscerated chickens, because I've had chickens I was looking after killed by a fox, there is no fucking way that you could do that with it looking this clean. There would be feathers goddamn everywhere.
But that's not
Yeah.
what we saw. There weren't feathers goddamn everywhere, only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I mean, they probably didn't eviscerate the chicken for this. They probably
That's
cut
a,
its
that's a
neck.
lot of blood. You need to. Well, it's gonna like flap around.
You gotta ring your chicken.
Nah, I'm just imagining them fucking picking up the chicken and they like have the knife in hand and you think they're gonna like stab it or like, you know, take its head off or something like that. And then they just go completely feral and start like shaking it around like a fucking animal.
Not letting you watch my rooster, Jello. No, it wasn't my fault. Look, I showed up to an Airbnb and they were like, by the way, you have to look after these chickens we didn't mention in the listing, which was a blessing because I loved them. And I followed their instructions to the letter, but their coop wasn't very secure, so a fox got in and killed 2 of them. And I woke up and literally had a cartoon pile of white feathers and then drips of blood and feathers going down a line out into the farmland behind the house. Like a Scooby-Doo cat. I was so fucking sad, dude.
Yeah, that's like horrifying.
It really bummed me out. And I was like, owner, I'm so sorry. 2 of your chickens are no longer with us. And she's like, oh, that happens sometimes. Who gives a shit? And I was like, you're a monster. What do you mean? Can you prove you aren't a fox? That's a crazy theory. Crazy like a fox.
I have to agree that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I'm Makoto, so I should know. I think so. Wait, no. That was through the neck hole. But the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off at 7:30.
Oh!
I'm having a heart attack. If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have to have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still. So there.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you 2 stay together from that point on?
Oh, no. I headed off to the gym and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not!
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
Vietnamese last name!
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Shit, fuck. And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to trap me? Makoto, I don't understand. Nice, you don't understand.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man. Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin, 50-50 odds.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there, out with it.
Have you guys heard of a show called Breaking Bad? Pretty serious.
You know that knife we found all black and burned?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through from front to back.
I don't think it did.
So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered. Listen, more important. Now that we have this knife, what are we gonna do with it?
Yeah.
We can't let Toko keep
Kyoko's
it.
like, why don't you take it, Makoto?
Take it, Makoto.
Skip.
Fuck! I got set up so bad, dude.
This is the second time he's let himself be set up in this specific way.
Look, wouldn't you try to kill Makoto if you were Kyoko at this point? Like, come on, be honest. Wouldn't you try to kill Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
I'm gonna be honest, I really thought it was so obvious I didn't need to say anything. It's not that I hid it, it just...
Kyoko had all of her stocks in fucking Makoto, and like she went back to the office, and they were like, "Hey, we know you're really struggling. Okay, how about this? If you kill Makoto, if you're like directly responsible, we'll give you like 25% of what you put back in."
25?
Oh my god.
That's only $25! I thought maybe I really did kill her. The idea that Makoto's like, oh, I'm in bed and I'm so riled up, and then Lucha Libre appears over his bed and he goes, oh no, shh, Bluebird, and he immediately turns into like a trained Green Beret killer, just gets up, snaps the guy's neck, stabs them in 8 places, tired.
And then Kyoko appears over him and goes, Makoto, what the fuck?
I literally have.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed! The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering
Get excited.
everything up until now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. I love to just set up this trial. They're just like, Makoto blacks out for 2 days.
Oh, even longer than that since we skipped all the free times. The knife we found lodged in the dead body. Skip. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
I'm afraid of ghosts.
If you did have that knife before then, that seals it. Makoto did it!
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it!
Skip. Man, I kind of wanted to read that one, actually.
Exploded body analysis is going to be for after it was dead. I think. Do you have Monokuma file? No. Because I assume the issue is.
I don't know. I think it could be exploded.
Fragments.
I can't really see the body analysis, can I? Oh, here it is.
What does it say on? Okay, yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with the stabbing. Though.
No, that has nothing.
What
to do
about
with this.
disguised dead body? Later, when they removed the tarp, this was previously treated with blood to make it look like the corpse had been wearing it.
What does the file specify the cause of death?
Whoa, what the fuck was that?
You okay?
Oh, no, there was just a massive explosion outside.
Oh,
Do you need to go check?
Okay, no, alright, it looks like it might just be thundering.
Okay.
Yeah, like what?
oh!
You look outside and Toko is flying through the air.
No, it's definitely not thunder, but it
yeah,
shook
it
the whole
doesn't say.
building.
The file
What
doesn't
the
say
fuck?
which one was the cause of death anyway.
It shook the
Do you want
building.
to? Do you want to check outside to see if like a transformer exploded or something?
Yeah, we'll do that real quick.
Okay.
Should be
So-
fine,
I feel like getting stabbed is what killed her has to be it, right?
Yeah.
Getting stabbed is what killed her. Counter that with disguised dead body.
Okay, I was right. Oh wait, no, I wasn't. That'll show them.
Oh, it's because the knife was thrust through the coat, but we've just established the coat went on after they were dead,
Oh,
so the
okay,
knife
yeah.
wasn't what actually killed them.
It's so hard to keep track since you also have to refute stuff like why isn't Kyoko a ghost?
I don't know what you mean.
What? Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Muckle. We should.
My name is Muckles. I don't chuckle.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you. Shut up. Don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that bloodstained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So when we discovered the body, it was dead. The knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her. Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. You're right, Chula?
Oh yeah, no, I looked outside, I can't tell what it is, nothing looks bad, nobody's panicking, so I'm assuming that somebody might have dropped something really loud, like in a neighboring unit.
Alright.
Fair.
That's my current assumption.
Wants to kill her and wants to cover it up.
The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. That's hard. The exact condition was written
Okay.
for everyone to see.
What is the evidence that has things written about things?
Stabbed a single time.
Is it?
It says.
Okay. Sorry, drop my 50,000-pound dumbbell.
It might as well be.
The Monokuma file.
Oh, I was just gonna say that this building is really old and really shitty, so that's not unusual.
You should move out.
Oh yeah, I am.
I know. The Monokuma file clearly states there's only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Oh, I totally forgot about that.
And the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her, which should just be in the file, but it's not. Exploding the body afterwards was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound, and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but
Is Kyoko a ghost?
what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why did the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
Can I use this donation to mute Hagakure? No, Savvy needs to voice someone. I'm Byakuya.
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
Tell him, Naegi.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle causes an atomic level spontaneous combustion.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Tell him, Naegi.
There's only one explanation. It exploded. There was a bomb.
There was a bomb.
There was a
Bomb. 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 Bomb.
Oh, then the explosion was because of Monokuma's bomb.
Oh, sure, just go, oh, bomb!
Yeah, I was hoping.
I'm bad at bits, I'm sorry.
Anyway, the culprit's bomb is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Aoi and Hagakure, you guys can stop talking in this case. You're really not even a part of it, to be honest.
Fine, I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate.
He concentrates for 5 seconds and his brain explodes.
Help!
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure, I guess.
Well, yeah, she was already totally dead when that happened.
Skip! Skip!
Oh yeah, according to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit in the back of the head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
You just tell me I want to get through as much as we can so that I can...
Okay. This is absorb, hit on the back of her head, and shoot it at the victim's fatal injury.
Oh my god. I'm so tired.
Chula!
Ugh.
Based on the walkthrough, it looks like we're pretty close to the end of the gameplay for this trial.
Yeah, I think I can still, because
There's
it is technically, I have a day off tomorrow, so it's okay if I'm a little later.
Because of the bullet in the back of the head, you suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have time to do anything with it.
They didn't have anything to do with it. Question mark. The Monokuma file makes it clear those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. I guess they were old. I guess they don't really matter, I guess.
Dude,
I guess.
We're trying to get through this. Can you shut up?
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of the head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon? Skip,
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
skip.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
Skip! Skip!
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
What the fuck?
Oh. Ha ha, I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
Skip!
So what was it?
Tell him, Naegi. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon. Hey, you were right, Kyoko. This is fun.
It was the sprinklers. It was the knife. It was the chicken. Oh, I don't know. What is it? I'm not paying attention.
It's the arrows.
Yeah,
Titanium
it's the
arrows.
She was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. What? What?
I think they held them all together and whammed, is what I assume they're going for.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah, this is the one that was the biggest I had the hardest time with when I was playing, I think.
Alright.
the fuck? Okay. An arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Murkuro with. Arrowed.
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird. Skip. I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it because it's horse shit. One more secret. Theme of secret.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
secret.
They used the duct tape to tie them together and then hit her, and that's why there's
Yes,
blood on the
correct.
duct tape.
I don't think structurally that would work.
They're titanium.
I
They're
don't
sturdy.
think you could tie them together that tight with the fletching at the back of them. I think you would bend them and fuck up the structural integrity of it. Anyway, tell me what to do.
fact...
In the
Yeah,
Monokuma
I-
file, it said the weapon would have been just about as thick as a metal pipe, right?
It's good. We can just
feels
skip
like an
this.
arrow.
On
It's-
bloody duct tape on too thin.
Okay.
That's the other thing as well,
There's-
right? Like, it's one thing if it was a big tube of titanium, but the moment that it's like a big bundle that's not fully... You would have to really tightly have that shit together, because otherwise it
Ooh.
knocking around is going to
It's a little
disperse
guy.
so much force.
Oh, yeah, he retreats.
Tiny.
The second game, I got the first point in that game when I got truly stumped during a trial and had to look up the answer was similarly a, wow, that's like a crazy way to make a bludgeoning weapon to use on someone.
You're right. Just one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon. Also, like...
A lead pipe, unrelated to the arrows.
You can really tell that, like, they ran out of time with, like, the last 3 cases in this game, and we're like, I don't know. Makoto, look, arrows. Okay, it's time for the class trial! Like, just, you found it.
Another weapon?
Like, that's not enough arrows to do this. They have to fly through the fucking air. In the dojo locker, we found a balled up wad of duct tape.
Well, I'm quite sure they were holding on to them.
I know, it's not enough.
Oh, okay, whatever.
It would make something like 1 inch thick. It's not enough.
I don't disagree that it's an insane way to go about it.
Makoto, you seem to be noticing something is off about this trial. Could it be that there's more to the secret here?
No. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together, and that made a weapon as thick as a pipe, allegedly. And that's exactly what the killer did!
Skip! Skip!
Damn, that's harsh.
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon, allegedly. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
What?
Oh, no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Then show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I mean, I saw her there, but also, oh my fucking god, I'm gonna throw up. What do I do?
Would block key.
I know.
Yep.
Okay.
I know you're just feeding me stuff. That's okay. The one thing is the dojo key.
And how does that prove anything?
Fuck, because I found it in your room.
It was in my room.
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up. You're the killer, just admit it.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, where are you? I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, and now my bed sheets smell like you. What were you doing in there? That's what I need to know.
Somewhere around here, because I know sometimes they like, oh, you can't save during a minigame. You're probably going to want to make a save here just because we are coming up to the point where you can get the non-standard game over. And I don't know if you want to bother with it or not, but you may as well make the save in case you want it.
The bad ending teleports you right back to before you make the choice after you see it.
Ah, I see.
I was just protecting you.
What? She was protecting me?
How many times have we seen this?
I think this is 8.
God.
Kyoko? She came to my rescue. Could that be when? Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you, don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Yakuya should know better than anyone? What does that ma? I'm not involved in this conversation. It's between those two. I don't need to say anything.
Yeah.
Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Skip.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Fuck, dude. All right, what do I do? Tell me about it, Lenti.
It's,
Absorb the locker key in my own room and shoot it as Byakuya's statement. There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Why do we have to do this?
You gotta prove. You gotta make
if
everyone
you let
remember.
them
She
talk
didn't
for
have a
too
key.
long, everyone will be like, oh god, I'm bored of this. Just kill Makoto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't blame them. I don't know if I would have gotten that.
It's a weird way to communicate it, but, I mean, the nature of the contradiction is meant to be she couldn't have gotten, yeah.
I mean, everything is a weird way to communicate it in this game. It's a badly made system. If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Huh? Why not?
Because she'd given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
But Kyoko, you have the key that opens everything.
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. She's a fucking liar. Why? Who is she? To try and save herself with such a desperate lie? Sleepy. But does she really feel that threatened because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there a deeper meaning in what Kyoko said earlier? Or is it something else? Bomb. What if I ate a bomb right now? Is the mastermind trying to trap Kyoko? What if I cried tears of blood? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? Whoa, blood's rushing to my fucking head. What should I do? What should I?
Roller coaster!
Punishment time! I'm not gonna kill you, I'm just gonna dangle you upside down till you're lightheaded.
That's why it was called Dangling Rompas.
Oh my god!
We were the Rompas all along. The mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind. The mastermind. The mastermind. The mastermind.
So this is where...
This is where...
Yeah, if we pursue the lie, we can see the bad ending.
I don't think you're allowed to choose to run away for real, so yeah, basically pursue the lie is non-standard game over, let it go is the game continues normally. Up to you if you care.
Why do you want me to see it so badly, Vixen?
Because he's funny.
I don't... You've said things...
It's funnier if you saw certain free times, though.
But it's funny.
You are a bit of the boy who cried funny in things that are not funny related to bad media like this. So
It will be funny.
I don't. Is it so? Actually,
Come on, just see all the content, Jello.
to be honest, we have not been doing that. That has not been our mo. If I do this and it ends, is it quick enough that it will wrap up in the next 10 or so minutes, giving us an out to let Chula go to bed?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I swear it's like 1 CG.
It would probably... It is mostly just one CG and I think a little bit of narration, so it's not too long.
Okay.
And also we have like a little cutscene, I think. Yeah.
There was a lie hidden within that statement.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko? fuck. I bet it all on the Makoto stocks again.
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie then?
Kyoko is definitely lying. And it must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden.
Oh, what? There's gameplay here. I didn't remember that. I guess we have to...
I didn't remember that either. It's just fine. You mean, like, I can go to, like, 8:30 probably.
When Kyoko says I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room, counter that with her. I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
Sorry, say again. One more time.
I'll tell you. Shoot this with the account.
Ooh.
I'm afraid you're the cunt
pig?
this time,
Hello?
Kyoko. No, she could have gotten in her room because she had the liar's key.
Monokuma's secret tool?
That's right. Kyoko stole his dick and balls from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school, which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up, just like that. You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
Skip.
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then are you saying you really did, Kyoko? You really aren't the killer? I mean, time's
up!
What? That's not how this works.
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up. All done. All finished. Class trials all over.
That's ridiculous. Since when is there any...
It's because you were late. So the trial started late and time ran out. I'm talking about the stream. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you. But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we? Hoo-hoo-hoo.
Wait, hang on. I didn't get to pick.
This is bullshit.
Inexplicably, we vote for Hifumi.
Me stunks.
From beyond the grave.
Hoo-hoo-hoo. Good job. You got it right. Brilliantly right.
We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? Wait a minute. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko.
I prepared an extra special punishment this time. Is everyone ready? Okay then. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Bonk.
Kyoko is so pissed. Silently, deadly pissed. It's just like, God
Soundlessly
damn it.
pissed.
Soundlessly pissed.
Is she gonna get, like, stepped on by a giant?
Yeah, I thought it
Monokuma?
was going to be a giant.
Holy crap, Confessions of a Rotten Girl. Yeah, it's referencing this from Danganronpa.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's where that
Oh,
came
wow,
from.
it just is that, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's directly referencing this.
Oh.
What the fuck? Dude, the end of the Brave Little Toaster, I cry every time. I can't take this kind of pressure. I must confess one more dusty road would be just a road too long. I just can't seem to get started. Don't have the heart to live in the fast lane.
Oh, it's
Oh my
sex
God.
ed. Great.
I didn't see what was on that blackboard.
She's
I
turning
didn't either. I was
purple.
zoning out for a second.
This proves that Monokuma is willing to frame people.
Oh.
Anyway, it ended. I don't know if she was innocent or not. Whatever. The truth was lost forever. Even for me. I just stopped thinking about it.
Eventually, Makoto stopped thinking.
That was the end of Mukuro's class trial. And in the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We'd obtain peace in exchange for the lives of all the... What? What are you talking about?
You cannot tell me... What?
Yeah!
Yay! Toko died! Toko fucking died! Wow.
Anyway,
This chat reaction is what I was waiting for.
Toko is dead, and Aoi has had a child by every other student.
What? Why? What's the... They're not gonna be able to breed. Actually, you know, it really looks like this is by every other student. It's actually just Byakuya. He happens to have really weird varied genes.
Yeah. He's got a lot of recessive traits there.
there's a Hagakure free time event where he actually
Predicts this.
Yeah, he predicts this.
I need to... I've just been slackjaw looking at this fucking CG. What?
Yep.
What?
Byakuya's
Why?
hair looks different here. Yeah, it's grown out. He's older.
Why would-
Hagakure's got a
I don't
goatee.
understand this ending where Byakuya's just like, well, time to settle down with my friends. Like, what?
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, he looks... I think he found peace in his soul as soon as Toko died.
Yes,
That's what I'm
yeah.
getting from
He was
this.
like, all right.
But like everyone looks older except for Naegi for some reason.
He's just a little baby boy.
What the hell was that? You know, you shouldn't feel guilty, Makoto. We all have intrusive thoughts. They don't make you a worse person.
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Her claim. Oh, that's right. I have to... Do I expose Kyoko or Noko?
What a joko.
Well, let's pursue the lie this time. Yeah, there's no way she'd kill someone. Has to be some secret here. Something to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal?
Byakuya, you're Byakuya. You're the only other party involved in this.
I was hoping maybe Kyoko would just own up, TBH. Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had her room key, right?
Skip.
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
But I'm Makoto.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Oh, wait a sec. Oh, shit. There's consequences to my action? Fuck. You got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's got to be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
Only one side of the tarp is dirty. First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Look at his dick and balls. Muguro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead, and we're thrown into a trial? And Kyoko even said it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
I really do think Monokuma ruins this, like, the game. Conceptually. Like, everyone's like, oh, I really like the vibe of Danganronpa and the setting. I'm like, there isn't one. There is no vibe and there's no stakes, because, like, it can just be changed on a whim, and it's never done in a way that makes it more interesting. So it's not fun to watch. Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over. Everyone can stop talking now.
What time? Oh, that was a new portrait. What time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone please vote using the lever in front of you.
Voting time. Voting time. One last...
Open all the doors and
I mean,
put...
here's my view on it. It's not that Danganronpa is like a good killing game. It's not. But the vibe of it is that they've been trapped here by a mastermind who is beholden to nothing and holds all the cards.
But that's boring because there's no stakes.
The stakes are that they're gonna fucking die.
That's not but that's a constant in every game in this genre. So why is this one interesting?
Now who will be chosen as the black one? I make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Just wanted to say, because we can have that conversation after the stream when Chula goes to bed. Hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I know which lever I have to yank.
Can you give us the sound effect one more? Yeah. Excellent.
Oh, cool. Good ending.
Well, I hope you enjoyed Danganronpa.
I didn't.
I didn't.
Oh, come on, guys. You think I'm the killer?
Sorry, man.
Yeah. Sorry. Skip.
Everyone, you're wrong. I like Byakuya voted for Kyoko, and he's like, no, my confidant.
Damn!
You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Good job, everyone.
Good job.
Yeah, they got it right.
No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense! It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way. It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment!
Wait, why do I... Also, the fun thing to do here would have been to make, like, if you've got 5 or 6 trials, you gotta make, like, trial 3 an innocent person gets convicted for it. And then the person who
No,
did it
because if they convict an innocent person, everyone dies.
That's...
Yep.
Guys.
That's always been the
No,
consequence.
that's... Alright, I don't want to... I don't want to bother explaining this point since we're on a clock. I'm gonna throw really big rocks at the two of you later, though. Put a pin in it.
I don't expect you to me. I know this is all my
Kyoko.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Like, the idea that Monokuma can just kill innocent people would make this quite interesting as a final twist. Like, I know it's just because the actual mastermind's close to getting found out, and that's lame. Because everything Monokuma does is lame. Because Monokuma changes the rules every 5 minutes, and they're not good rules or interesting rules.
Yeah.
Back to it.
You're getting at the heart of this.
No, that's bad, though. That's not a good thing.
I'm here with Jello. This sucks. It's just not... It doesn't make it interesting.
I know you hate the motive system, but I actually think it's interesting.
What's the
I just think it's funny that Monokuma's a shitter who doesn't have any, like, nothing that he stands by. And he kind of sucks at this, and he'll just change the rules when he's about to lose.
But that ruins the whole conceit for me. Because then, like, what's the fun? Also,
they're gonna figure out who the mastermind is and how they're gonna get out.
I gotta be honest, Vixen. This actually does hurt my impression of your taste even more. Like,
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? This is not a surprise.
Listen, I like what I like.
Yes, that's why I'm disappointed in you.
It was, yeah...
Alter Ego saves Makoto!
Waha!
This would be cool if Makoto did something to help Alter Ego.
What do you mean? Makoto put Alter Ego in that room!
Mm-hmm, yeah, I guess that did happen. You're right. This game's really good, actually.
Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on?
Hey, was that...
Oh, yeah, it had to be.
Alter Ego? Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid Gyrus? Oh, he must have planted it when he invaded my network! Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this!
It seems you made a miscalculation.
Yeah, you fucked up.
No, you miscalculated at the very beginning.
What was that?
What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us.
Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. Pooh-hoo-hoo. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Pooh-hoo-hoo, and so on, and many more.
Is he gone?
I feel a strange darkness lifting from my soul. Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this?
Who's supposed to tell us about it now?
Just what the hell is going on?
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
Huh?
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What are you talking about?
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed.
It's such a good time to be in a garbage pit.
Hi,
You want
Miss
to start
Kitty.
here next time?
Hi, Miss Kitty.
Sure.
That works for me.
Sure, says Jello, his voice ringing with the most clear, greater than sign, colon, open parenthesis I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Trying to think if I've ever played a game worse than this one.
Hey, gang, if you want to see me playing a better game, I am told. I'm doing that tomorrow, by the way, on my channel.
What's your channel, Savvy?
It's twitch.tv/eternal_savvy, and I've posted it in chat. You can go there to watch me play Your Turn to Die.
Oh, are you going to play the voiced version?
I didn't know there was a voiced version or a non-voiced version, so
Yeah,
I'll probably play the
J-Van-
non-
J-Van made a fan patch that is voiced, at least for the beginning of the game, that has been approved by the creator.
I
I will
actually had
probably
no
do-
idea.
I'll probably do unvoiced.
Okay.
But yeah,
Just let
I'm
me
gonna play
know.
that 3 p.m. EST tomorrow.
That's so cool. It's a good game, though. It made me cry.
I have been told it's very good by people who don't like Danganronpa, so I'm inclined to trust them.
Hey, I admit that DR is a bad game. I do stand by that.
Hmm.
Game I like and game that is good are not the same thing.
No, and that's correct, right? That is correct. That is the way you should approach this stuff.
Yes, yes.
However, this is egregiously fucking awful.
Bad. It's bad. I acknowledge
I think
this.
it's funny how dumb the mastermind is.
I am on Jello's page here. I can't find it funny when it is just so like it just makes the story actively worse.
If you want, like, I can see a version of this where the gimmick, where it's a story about an unfair game like this, where the cards are stacked against you, and the idea of like it wouldn't have been Celeste. It would have had to be a completely different cast of characters altogether. But the idea that like in case 3 of 5 or 6, they find something that's about to unveil the mastermind, but it's not like Kyoko or Makoto. So it's not someone who would tell the main character, it's someone else. And the mastermind does pin it on them, and they're like, wait, no, I literally didn't do it. And they're like, come on, man, everyone else accepted it when they were a murderer. And they're like, no, I didn't fucking do it. And then you learn not only that, like retroactively on case 5, that someone, like, that this can happen and the whole game has been a farce, that adds, like, that means that Monokuma's personality adds to the game instead of repeatedly detracting from it and removing all of the stakes constantly. And
that would be cool.
It makes it scarier. And also, that would have added an actual, like, person who did the murder and was like, where's my promised escape? Running around, or like they know and they're like, do I tell people I murdered someone? Like, what do I do? Like that would be interesting. But in any kind of story where the villain has truly no motivation for anything they do, it's bad, because it stops being man versus man and becomes man versus nature, where you're functionally just fighting like a random act of, like, they might as well be like, oh God, we're standing out here in that part of Venezuela where there's more lightning than anywhere else on Earth in this open field. Golly, I hope the mastermind Zeus doesn't kill all of us. Like, it's functionally the same. It's like, what? But we were told there was a rule to this game. And it's like, no, especially in a killing game. Like, you need to have your villain have a consistent something that they act by. And the fact that Monokuma and the mastermind are just driven by, like, I love the concept of despair and making people upset, but they're not even written well. It's not like, oh, Monokuma's so unfair and the way he changes the rules makes me upset and he's a villain who is really annoying, but in a productive way because I want to take him down. It's just, why would I care about anything that's happening? Everything that's being told is clearly a lie, because it's obvious Monokuma's lying and there's plenty of evidence that almost nothing is true. But also, this is a group of people who never even tried to break down a locked door until case fucking, like, 3.5 or some shit. 4? And it's like, what are you guys doing? You never even thought to do that? And like, you know, it's just awful. Like, there's nothing good about it. So, like,
yeah, I'm not saying it's well written. I'm just saying that I enjoy the conceit of a mastermind who kind of fucking sucks at this.
Then why do you enjoy this?
Because the mastermind kind of fucking sucks.
It's not enough.
It's the issue of, like, intent, right? For me, at the very least.
Are we still streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You can go to bed, Chula. It's cool. I don't want to keep you up. But
you can head out.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna pop off. I'm just
Good night.
Thank you.
stressed.
Chula about to pop
Yeah, you are
off.
very cool.
Don't get hit by an explosion.
But yeah, I suppose to finish my point, it's like, it's an issue of intent. It's something which I think a lot of people will, like, I suppose, point at for various stuff of just like, oh, but like, it's meant to be like that. But when you look at anything surrounding it, it's just very clear that it was a mistake. It's not an issue of like, oh, he was written to suck as a game master with this shit. It's not that. He just was written, and the way he was written was that he sucks at this. It's a completely separate thing of, if you were to sit down and intentionally write a death game
absolutely
where somebody sucks.
I'm not saying it was done on purpose, and I'm not saying it was done well. I'm just saying I like what's going on
the
here.
accident
I think it's
of
funny.
nature that occurred.
Yes.
I don't know. I know I always say that there's, like, you know, two different metrics, and like, the is it well made, is it poorly made, do I like it, do I not? But like, the fact that it's just like, isn't this funny? I don't know. This would be like me in the like watching you play Nexamon and being like, I kind of love the racism village, actually. Like, it's silly. Like, I know it's not done well, and I know. Yeah, you always
think you can draw that comparison.
You always do this where you're like, oh, you're using a comparison that makes me upset on, like, in this way.
No, there's a difference between Racism Village and if you turned around and was like, I like all of Nexamon's fourth wall breaks. I feel like that would be more akin to what I'm saying here.
Well, okay, then fine. Wouldn't that still kind of fucking piss you off if I told you that?
Of course it would piss me off, but it would be your opinion.
I think opinions can be wrong.
And this is mine, and I don't care if it's wrong.
Okay.
I'm ultimately, like, here's the thing. Ultimately, I will stick to my guns in this in the particular opinion of if somebody likes something and acknowledges that it's bad, but they like it anyway, that's fine. That is absolutely their thing to like, and they are allowed to do that. Because I genuinely hold that opinion of people who like feel that way about Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like I'm talking about this fucking thing all the time.
You do.
But,
you need a
like,
new example. I'm gonna be real with you.
I need a new fucking example, dude.
Go make
I'm so
some
sick
friends
of
with
it.
people who like Yick.
Oh, Yick is another good one actually for that. Just like there are people who genuinely like Yick, and like, sure, man, you can like Yick. I'm not gonna but like you have to acknowledge that it's bad, and you are doing that. So I'll give that to you, Vixen, that you are actually being like, this is bad. So
But, like,
I'm not
the
gonna
problem
get your
is you
ass
support it, like, financially. Like, it's not in a vacuum. Like, it's a problem. I don't know. Being aware of something doesn't make it inherently okay. I don't
think it's inherently sinful to support something just because it's below par.
All right.
There's a difference between a game that murdered someone in the street and a game that is stupid.
Yeah, because a game that murdered someone in the street doesn't exist, Vixen.
Yeah, which is why it's not a sin. It's not this serious.
I would say
what
arguably
about-
that supporting a game of Harry Potter is doing that exact
what
thing,
about
actually.
what about The Killing Game? Would you support The Killing Game?
I don't know. I think the world is affected by what art ends up existing, and I think it is bad to support things, not just because it's like, oh, this is lowbrow. Like, there's a difference between like, oh, this is like popcorn reality TV or whatever. But like, I don't know. I just think this is all disgusting, and like, it makes me so sad at like a soul level.
I think that's a really strong word.
Sad?
No, disgusting.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Sucks.
This is a disgusting video game.
All right, Jello.
It is constantly making the most. Like,
Did you come on Kyoko? Oh, you schizo? No, this is cool though. This is all good. No issues with
I
it.
didn't say it was all good. I said that it's not a huge moral crime to buy a game that has problems with it.
All right. I guess we're wrapping up the stream there.
I am a hamster and have no opinion.
I am crying tears of blood.
I'm just happy to have been here for the falling out.
All right. I don't know when the next one is.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe that was the end. Maybe they all fucked Owie and that's it. And that's how it ends.
Insane bad ending. Actually deranged.
All right. Bye.
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 It is a curiously